let's learn to hold the bow. To hold the bow, we want to start by taking the weight away from the bow holding hand. So what we're going to do is with the frog on the right hand side and the tip on your left hand side, you want to take your left hand and hold the middle, just like this. And this is going to stabilize the bow just like the violin will when we're playing. So then we're going to take your right arm. And remember, when we're playing the violin, the right arm is very loose. The hand is holding onto the violin bow ever so lightly. And so it's very important that we don't grab or make a muscle. We want to let this arm just dangle. So let's start with the bow holding position, and then we'll work on dangling our arm. Okay, first thing we're going to do is make a soft backward C. You're going to make sure that your thumb is what I call smiling. That looks like this. A frowny thumb is bent the other direction. We don't want a straight thumb or a frowny thumb. We want our thumb to smile. That means the left corner is going to touch the silver ferrule of the frog, just like this with the nail out. This is very important, and you're going to think it's very easy when we start, but after you get into the full bow hold, you may notice that you've lost your smile. So we've got to work on that to keep that smile up. It's going to help us help the bow track straight and have lots of strength and beautiful sound. Okay, do you notice that I'm coming over the top of the bow? I'm lifting my wrist and elbow so my arm is together. I don't want to have any bends in my wrist like this or like this. I want to keep it nice and straight. So I've got my thumb with the left corner on the ferrule, tip facing out. I reach up and I cover the eye of the frog with my two middle fingers. I cover the eye, but do you see how round that is? I have a nice round bow hold just like this. I'm not grabbing. That bow could just fall right out of there. So I've got the thumb lightly touching, the fingers over the top. Now I'm going to gently pronate, that's a fancy term for lean forward, my index finger. It also goes over the grip. It doesn't sit on the top, it goes over the grip like this. And then the pinky sets on the stick right here. We want to make sure that that pinky is setting right on the stick and not on the screw. The screw makes your pinky go flat and you lose your power. Keep that pinky with the tip sitting on the stick. Now you can see my hand is still round and my elbow and forearm are up. I'm not below the violin bow like this. I'm right above the bow of the violin. Just like this. Awesome. That's my bow hold. Now the next thing I want you to pay attention to is your weight on your bow. When you hold the bow with your left hand, the left hand's going to be holding up the bow. The right hand is going to be relaxing. You're going to know that your right arm is relaxed if when you do this, it feels very heavy in your left hand. If you make a big tense muscle and you grab really tight, you're going to be lifting the bow up in the air. We don't want this. We want this arm to sink down. We want that arm to relax and sink down into the string. That's what's going to make a beautiful sound. So make sure that your arm relaxes when you make your bow hold. If you find it hard to bow and make your bow hold, you're probably tensing up. Go ahead and shake your arm out, relax it. And another thing you can do is run this bow hold on your knee. So set this part of the bow on your knee and then hold here straight up and make your bow hold this direction. Thumb, fingers around, lean forward to pronate, pinky on the stick, like this. And I encourage you not to do too much practice holding the bow on its own because that can cause you to get a lot of tension in your arm. We're going to instead set the bow on the violin and let the violin absorb the weight of your arm. And that's how you hold the bow. Soft rounded hand, thumb tip, left edge on the ferrule, smiling. Middle fingers over, covering the eye of the frog with the pad, the